Tervetuloa takaisin EC Unitedille. Tänään mun seurassa on Sara Siipola, yksi UMK:n osallistujista. Sara, welcome to ESC United. It's great to see you. How are you doing? How has this experience been for you so far?
Thank you so much. I'm like speechless. That was so great. You speak in Finnish.
Thank you. I had some help.
I didn't expect. So good. Thank you so much. It's so nice to be here. It's been so busy, but I love it. I love doing this, all the interviews and all the rehearsals for UMK show and everything. I love it.
And of course, for you, I mean, the response to Paskana has been really strong, really striking. I looked at the, I looked at, for example, all of the polls. You know, your song's coming out on the top. You're in the top 5 in the Spotify charts in Finland day after day. How was it? And of course, number 1 in the betting odds. How has it been for you to see that response to your song? And is there an element of sort of managing yourself mentally as well to not let sort of that turn into pressure?
Yes, definitely. It feels so unreal. It makes me speechless and a little overwhelmed. But I love it so much. Like, it's a dream come true, definitely. I didn't expect that at all. Like, not at all. I've never received so many, even in Finland, this many comments, positive comments of my music. And now, like, all over the world, all the reaction videos and those polls. I don't know what to say. It feels like I'm living someone else's life.
This sort of this is me, like I'm in this, like.
Yes. I have to sit on the kitchen table and just like looking at the wall and thinking like, what? Like, this is really happening?
And I guess there's this kind of feeling of like, you know, it's like, because we all spend every moment of our lives with ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I imagine you're sat there like, oh, well, I'm just Sara, I'm just me, you know.
Yeah.
And suddenly there's all these people, you know, talking and tweeting and commenting and all sorts. And it must be quite a weird experience in a lot of ways.
Yeah, really, really weird. Like, for example, someone sends me a message and I answer that, and they answer back like, oh my god, you answered. And I'm like, yes, like I'm just
And speaking of one of those reactions, there's one in particular I want to touch on because it's from a friend of mine, which was Renata from eSport podcast, who was really moved by your song. And I wanted to ask you, this is sort of 2 questions in one. Firstly, how does it feel that non-Finns have connected to your song in this way? And secondly, have you thought about, if things were to go well and you were to win UMK, have you thought about how best to communicate the meaning of the song to the audience at a wider level across Europe?
Sorry, my ADHD is taking over me. What was the
No worries. First part, how does it feel to see non-Finnish speakers, people like Renata, see your song and be so moved by it?
Like, it also makes me so emotional. Like, I actually did a reaction video for her reaction video, and yeah, I was crying so much. I don't know what to say. It feels so amazing, and the fact that the song is in Finnish, even though there are English lyrics, but we have the different language, and still someone can feel the pain in my voice. Like, that's deep. It feels so amazing.
Yeah. And on that subject, though, of course, the energy and style of Cha 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 is very different. As an artist singing in Finnish, do you feel more confident that it can appeal to a wider audience, having seen the success of Käärijä, the success of Cha 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 internationally after last year?
Yeah, definitely. I think that Käärijä opened a lot of doors for music in Finnish.
Mm-hmm. And following on from that, I do want to talk a little bit more about obviously the lyrics of the song themselves, and they come from a very personal place for you. I was just wondering if you'd be comfortable to talk about some of the events which inspired you to write that song.
Of course, of course. Yeah, so um, someone close to me lost his dad, and we were at my other friend's house, hanging around, having fun, eating dinner and stuff. And I was looking at him like he was living in like a two different worlds. Like he was physically there, but mentally not. Like he could laugh at our jokes, but the next time I was looking at him, he's like totally somewhere else in his mind. And I was trying to get myself into his head, like what he's thinking. Like, yeah, everyone says that they understand me, but nobody gets me. Nobody knows the pain that I have. And my world has stopped. So everything else has to stop too. It's like this, it may seem like childish or selfish to other people. It's about that kind of grief.
And I guess the thing with grief, and this was like the key thing that I took away from the song and really related to, was that it's it's an ongoing process. It's not something you do and then finish or recover from.
Yes.
You're always going to have hours or days or weeks where you feel the way that you talk about in the song.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, for you, as somebody who has spent a long time, working on their mental health, how have you learned to cope with grief and to cope with difficult times?
Therapy. I would say that. And I think that kind of like grief and all that is something you can't usually, it's unexpected, so you can't like be be aware. I don't know.
Prepare for it. You can't
Yes.
be ready for it. Yeah.
But what I would say is that you have to feel every feeling. Like every feeling is right. Not like there's no feeling that is wrong. And you can feel sad, then happy, then sad again. Like you said, it's not like, okay, now I'm sad, now I'm over it, I'm happy, I'm never sad again. Like it's okay to feel like shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I definitely get that. On a slightly different note, because I know it's something you really enjoyed doing, and it's a slightly light topic, which is the show Tada Tada, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, most of our viewers are not going to be familiar with it. So I was wondering if you could maybe explain what the show is in a bit more detail, the songs you performed, and why it was such an amazing experience.
Yeah, so it was my first TV show as an artist I did. And it's a music show. There's each how you say this series?
Series?
Yes, yes, I think so. Episode, sorry.
Oh, episode. Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
with you, yeah.
So each episode has their own different genres. For example, like you have rock, and you have to choose one rock song that you're going to perform. Yes. On rock episode, I chose Queen "Show Must Go On."
Great song.
I love it. It, yeah, you cannot love it. But yeah, so there's it's like a competition. Like was it seven different artists? Now I don't remember how many of us was
I
there.
I do remember, for example, I think Portion Boys were on that, or one of the members of the Portion Boys.
That's
So,
Mikael from Portion Boys.
so it's really, it's a really sort of successful, like sort of notable artists in Finland.
Yes, yes, and to that I got a chance to be part of that show. It was like I said, it was my first TV show, and it was so good to my career. Many people like get to know me from that show for the first time. And actually, last year I was the most googled uh, Finnish artist. Like,
Yeah, yeah, the most Googled. So you had the most sort of people searching for you online.
Yes, and it's because of that show.
That's really amazing. Now, I'm conscious of time, so I want to quickly ask one last question, which is that I think this is something a lot of musicians will relate to, is that you initially went and did something else and then thought, no, music is what I want to do. You sort of said, I'm going in the wrong direction here. I want to go and do music. For other people who are in that same position, which, as we know, is quite a common thing for musicians, what's your advice to them?
Trust your gut. Like, if it feels like you're going to wrong direction, and you wanna make music, be an artist, a producer, whatever, just go for it. There's no other way. Like, you just have to do it. Try it many times, maybe, but don't give up. Just do it.
And I guess that's more also, be an artist, go for it. Tade, go for it. UMK, go for it. And maybe Eurovision, go for it. Maybe, hopefully. Sara, it has been absolutely wonderful to speak to you. I'm going to be in Tampere for the show.
To meet.
Yes, I'll really look forward to seeing you there. It'd be absolutely fantastic. I have my press accreditation already, so I'm really looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. And make sure to like and subscribe to SC United, and we will see you all soon.